Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MISHA AZUREEN and my matrix number is MDA2107025. So now I'm going to present about question 1, and as you can see in the slides, there are two graphs for the two products, which is one is elastic demand and the other one is inelastic demand. So moving on to the first task of the question, calculate the price elasticity of demand for both products. First off, we need to know what is price elasticity of demand, or PED in short. PED measures the degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded for particular goods with respect to the changes in the price. So jumping on to the first calculation of PED, for elastic demand product, we use the formula of PED where price percentage change in quantity demanded of the product is divided by the percentage change in price of the product. So the answer we get is negative 1.75, but the final answer would be 1.75 as we use absolute value to exclude the negative sign. In this case, as the PED is more than 1, demand is very responsive to the price changes. As price increase by 1%, the quantity demanded for the product will decrease by 1.75% and vice versa. Same goes to the inelastic demand product. We got negative 0.33 for the answer, but the final answer would be 0.33 as we use absolute value to exclude the negative signs. In this case, as the PED is less than 1 but more than 0, demand is not very responsive to the price changes, and the price will increase by 1%. The quantity demanded for the product will decrease by 0.33% and vice versa. Moving on to the second task of the question of advising Kai on which price to charge to maximize the firm's total revenue. As I did calculation for the elastic demand product, the best price to charge to get maximum revenue is $15. As for you may know, when demand for a particular goods is elastic, an increase in price reduces the total revenue, and a decrease in price will increase the total revenue. So the best decision to make here is by charging the cheaper price, which is $15, as it is more demanding and will result in higher total revenue compared to $20 as the price charge. For an elastic demand product, the demand curve is steeper. An increase in price will increase the total revenue, and a decrease in price will reduce the total revenue. So I believe by choosing $20 as the price to charge, the firm will receive the maximum total revenue for this product instead of choosing the cheaper price. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HAYANI and I will continue to present question 2. So, question 2A. Based on the value of income elasticity, good X is a luxury goods. An increase in income from 1,200 ringgit to 1,600 ringgit leads to an increase in quantity demanded from 20 units to 16 units. But the increase in the quantity demanded is more than the increase in income. Good X is an elastic income elasticity. A change in the consumer's income causes a bigger percentage change in the quantity demanded. Next, good Y. Good Y is a normal good. An increase in income from 1,200 ringgit to 1,600 ringgit leads to an increase in quantity demanded from 50 units to 16 units, but the increase in quantity demanded is less than the increase in income. Good Y is an inelastic income elasticity. A change in consumer's income causes a smaller percentage change in the quantity demanded. So this is a supply curve for good X and good Y. It shows that good X has more sloping curve than good Y. So I will continue to present question 2B. In my opinion, when income of consumer increase during economic boom, firm A must raise the volume of production even more. This is because for firm A, the value of income elasticity is positive. Good X is clarified as elastic income. Therefore, good X is a luxury goods. A rise in income by 1% will lead to an increase in quantity demanded for good X by 6%. Next, firm B. For firm B must raise the volume of production in a small amount. This is because good Y is clarified as inelastic income. Therefore, good Y is a normal good. The income of elasticity is positive because the increase in income that leads to increase in quantity demanded. A rise in income by 1% lead to an increase in quantity demanded for good Y by 0.6%. So this is how we calculate the income of elasticity for good X and good Y.
My name is SOLEHA from EIA2C. Okay, I will present about question 3. So what is the question? The question is cost price electricity between UAV camera and drones is negative 2.5 when the price of drones is dropped. Explain what this means in terms of the relationship between of two products. So the forecast is that the price of the drones will keep dropping. What advice would you have to the UAV camera makers? So this is drone and this is UAV camera. Next, I will answer for the relationship. So the relationship between the two products are complementary. So what is the complementary? Complementary is the product that must use together. So how we know about the complementary? The cross electricity must be negative, which is negative 2.5. So the price of one product and the demand of another product are inversely connected, which is means if the price of UAV camera is increased, the demand of the drone will be decreased. Next, the forecast is that the price of drone will keep dropping. What advice would you have for the UAV camera maker and why? So this is my answer. First, the company should increase the number of labor. This is because the workers become more productive. The workers solely on a specific task, they can master it quicker and more efficiently by allowing workers pure focus on one task that their attention is not diverted. Secondly, the company should expand their technology capabilities. So, what is the function of technology? In the simple sense, to define production technology would be include any machinery that makes creating a tangible physical product. So the benefit of technology is that reduce overall production time. The longer the manufacturing process, the higher the cost. Manufacturing technology drives the manufacturing process and allow products to be produced in much more efficient. This is although machines automating the process. Furthermore, using machines to automate the production process means that you have consistent production run that can be used to more accurate predict when you can deliver your goods. And lastly, the company should lower its manufacturing expenses. Okay, so my opinion, cutting transportation expenses is one approach to cut production costs. Calculate amount of time and fuel used bringing the raw material and transporting completed goods. You might be able to optimize delivery routes by reducing distance or reducing the travel time, and allowing you to increase the quantity and daily shipments. If you are subcontracting shipment, look for a provider that will also do a loading and unloading. See if you can work out a long-term deal with a low-cost firm, especially one is that the local or non-branded. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is EZZRA. So today, I would like to explain the question number 4. Question number 4. Discuss the importance of price elasticity of supply in manufacturing sector and agriculture sector. The elasticity of supply measures the responsiveness of a change in quantity supplied to a change in price. If the price increases, the firms generally find it more profitable to supply a good, so the increase in price leads to the high supply. Conversely, the supply of a good will decrease when its price decreases. Companies that operate in higher competitive industries provide cheaper goods or services because they are keep takers or must accept market rates. When a good or services price reaches the point of elasticity, seller and purchaser shift their demand for that good or service immediately. Inelastic is the reverse of elastic. When the demand for an item or service is inelastic, suppliers and buyers are less likely to adjust their demand as the price changes very drastically. Analyze the situation. First, if supply is elastic, an increase in demand will cause a small rise in price, but a significant increase in demand. But if the supply is inelastic, an increase in demand will cause a large rise in the price, but only a small increase in demand. Act as a major determinant of elasticity of supply in case of agricultural products. The supply of agricultural products such as fruits, vegetables, and food grains depend on natural factors including rain, humidity, and sunlight. Therefore, production of agricultural products cannot be increased or decreased easily. Consequently, the supply of these products is relatively inelastic because production or maternity periods are long, spare capacity is scarce, and items are perishable, so that they cannot be kept supply in price inelastic. So similarly, when demand changes along an elastic supply, price increase drastically. Manufacturing sector is a primary good. So, what is a primary good? So, a primary good is a good that exists in its most natural form, typically derived from extraction or harvest. Primary goods include agricultural products such as fruit, vegetable, and meat, and raw materials such as coal, rubber, and wood. Manufacturing goods are secondary goods that are produced using primary goods. They include the goods like cars, smartphones. Services include things like healthcare and legal services. The supply of manufactured products represented by S1 in Figure 1 is relatively price elastic. This means that a rise in the price of a good from P1 to P2 will lead to a larger proportion of increases in quantity supplied, which is from Q1 to Q3. Manufactured outputs can be easily increased by employing more variable factors such as labor. They are also produced using more capital-intensive factor of production like machinery, which can sometimes enable producers to increase output even without employing additional labor. Furthermore, manufactured output can be stored over a longer period of time because they are not as easily perishable compared to primary goods such as in agricultural products. This means all producers of manufactured goods can sell their inventory in response to rising prices. For example, canned food can be stored longer than fresh food, thus the price is more elastic. In a conclusion, the price elasticity of supply is important in the agriculture sector and also the manufacturing sector because it reflects how much of an item or services individuals consume when the price varies. Elasticity is an important economic measure, particularly for sellers of types of goods and services. When the price of a product is elastic, a change in the quantity demanded changes quickly. When the quantity demanded of a good is inelastic, even if the price changes, there's a little change in the quantity of demanded. So for an elastic good, the change observed is an increase in demand when the price falls and a decrease in demand when the price rises. Elasticity also provides important information to the customers. Firms are likely to lower the quantity of goods or services they are willing to supply if the market price of the elastic goods falls. Firms are more likely to increase the number of things they are willing to sell if the market price rises. This is critical for customers who require a product but are concerned about the possible scarcity in the market. That's all